broadcasting live from the headquarters in the capital Asmara. It's ERi-TV, dear viewers, bringing you the latest news from around the world. And these are the ones making the top stories for today, Thursday, March 13. The Eritrean Women Agro-Businesses Association held its 6th Congress. Efforts to control desert locust invasion in the Gashbarka region. Angola to host peace talks between Congo government and the M23 rebel groups. And a key member state rejects EU militarization agenda. On your local reports, the Eritrean Women Agro-Businesses Association held its 6th Congress on 12 March in Asmara. Ms. Abrahet Haptagirgis, chairperson of the association, stated that during the 2-year term, the executive committee developed a 3-year strategic plan and successfully conducted a Congress in February 2025. According to a report presented by the association's secretary, Ms. Letaridan Kahsai, members have been organized based on their professions, and the monthly bazaar has been yielding encouraging results. Ms. Letaridan also highlighted that in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, various training programs have been organized. These programs focus on land and productivity, organic fertilizer production and application, market and customer engagement, financial and credit management, catering, as well as value addition and branding. She further noted that as a result of these training sessions and the strong efforts of members, significant progress has been made in value addition and branding. Speaking at the event, Mr. Arafaine Berhe, Minister of Agriculture, acknowledged the growing activities and productivity of the Eritrean Women Agro-Businesses Association. However, he emphasized the need for further efforts to enhance its development and competitiveness. The participants engaged in extensive discussions on the reports presented and adopted various recommendations. These include strengthening relations with the National Union of Eritrean Women, expanding the association's reach across all regions of the country, encouraging young women to join, and prioritizing land access for agricultural development and market space for products. The Congress also held in-depth discussions on the association's draft constitution and elected an executive committee for a 2-year term. In other news, the Ministry of Agriculture has reported that the desert locust invasion spotted in several subzones of the Gashbarka region is being successfully controlled without causing significant damage to the crops. The control campaign is being carried out in collaboration with the public, agricultural experts, and members of the defense forces. Mr. Tesfazgi Mozolo, the program coordinator, stated that the desert locust originating from Sudan has been detected in vast areas of the Karkabet, Fortosawa, Diga, and Tesene subzones. He further explained that the locust infestation, covering 132 hectares in Karkabet subzone, 386 hectares in Fortosawa subzone, and 32 hectares in Tesene subzone, has been brought under control through the collective efforts of the public, agricultural experts, and the defense forces. Mr. Tesfazgi urged the public to immediately report any sightings of desert locusts to the nearest government office to ensure swift action. Still with your local reports, Eritrean nationals in various cities across the United States, Italy, Canada, Australia, Germany, Sweden, South Sudan, Dubai, Kenya, Switzerland, the UK, Belgium, France, and Israel celebrated International Women's Day with patriotic zeal under the theme Women Emancipation for All-Rounded Development. The celebratory events in Columbus and Chicago, USA, featured vibrant cultural programs organized by the Hedri Youth and members of the YPF-DJ. Similarly, nationals in the Canadian cities of Ottawa, Toronto, Calgary, Edmonton, and Winnipeg marked the occasion with enthusiasm. In Australia, nationals in Melbourne and Brisbane, as well as those in Nairobi, Kenya, and Juba, South Sudan, commemorated the day with various programs highlighting the significance of the occasion. Likewise, Eritrean nationals in Germany celebrated International Women's Day in several cities, including Berlin, Frankfurt, Fulda, Wuppertal, Cologne, Karlsruhe, Dusseldorf, Hanau, Ulm, Kassel, Stuttgart, Hamburg, Bielefeld, Nuremberg, Mannheim, Kaiserslautern and Darmstadt with patriotic fervor. In Sweden, nationals in Stockholm, Gothenburg, Örebro, Jönköping, Härnösand, Sakara, Umeå, Skellefteå, Östersund, Sundsvall, Hudiksvall, Lund, Hässleholm and other cities held events featuring programs to mark the occasion. During the event, Ms. Rishan Araya, Aragay, a member of the National Union of Eritrean Women, donated 50,000 kroner towards the implementation of the union's projects. Similarly, Eritrean nationals in Montreal, Switzerland, as well as various cities in the UK, France, Dubai, the Northern Emirates, Israel and Belgium enthusiastically celebrated International Women's Day with programs highlighting its significance. International news and more will follow after the short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The Democratic Republic of the Congo government and the M23 rebel group will hold direct peace talks in Luanda, Angola's capital, on March 18. The Angolan government announced this yesterday. Angola's presidency confirmed the talks in a Facebook statement. The announcement followed a meeting between Angolan President Joao Lourenço and visiting Congo President Felix Tshisekedi on Tuesday, after which Angola pledged to mediate direct negotiations between Kinshasa and the M23. The Congo government has not yet made any statements on the matter. Fighting between the Congo government and the M23 has escalated in recent months, with the rebels launching major offensives and seizing large chunks of land in the eastern North Kivu and South Kivu provinces. The Dutch House of Representatives has voted against the European Union's multi-billion euro militarization plan, citing financial risks and lack of clear guidelines. The rearm plan was introduced by European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen earlier this month and includes 150 billion euros in loans to EU governments for defense spending and fiscal exemptions, potentially mobilizing up to 800 billion euros over the next 4 years. However, Dutch lawmakers have warned that the plan lacks a concrete financial framework and could lead to an economic crisis. Lawmakers argued that the plan's reliance on joint EU loans would increase debt burdens for member states and expose them to financial risks. A representative of the NSC noted that while the party supports Ukraine aid and increased EU military budgets, it is opposed to the expansion of budgetary standards as proposed by the rearm plan. The EU intensified its plans to militarize after US President Donald Trump repeatedly criticized European NATO members for failing to meet the bloc's defense spending commitments. On today's final report, the Israel Defense Forces, or the IDF, are preparing for an indefinite stay in southern Syria. Defense Minister Israel Katz has said during a visit to the Mount Hermon, which is across the Israeli border in the area. The nation's military expanded its presence on Syrian soil back in December, following the ousting of former President Bashar Assad. The IDF attacked more than 40 targets in southern Syria to implement the policy we announced on Wednesday night, Katz claimed. He added that the military presence is aimed at deterring threats to Israel by Syria's transitional authorities and various militant groups affiliated with them. The IDF moved into the buffer zone between the Golan Heights and Syria, as well as further into the Syrian territory in the late 2024, against the background of the power shift in Damascus. West Jerusalem then branded Syria's new authorities polite jihadists and said it viewed them as a threat. Syria's transitional government has since repeatedly demanded the Israeli withdrawal from the area and urged UN forces to be deployed instead. Israel first gained control of the Syrian Golan Heights in 1967 after defeating Syria and Egypt in the Six-Day War. You're still watching us on ERi-TV, dear viewers, and now recap of the top stories. The Eritrean Women Agribusinesses Association held its 6th Congress. Efforts to control desert locust invasion in Gashbarka region. Angola to host peace talks between Congo government and the M23 rebel groups. And a key member state rejects EU militarization agenda. That sums up today's news, dear viewers. Thanks for watching.